The Amalfi Cathedral, or Duomo di Sant'Andrea, stands majestically above the bustling Piazza Duomo. This is Amalfi's most famous square, a gathering spot surrounded by charming cafes and restaurants. In the center, you will find a beautiful fountain dedicated to the town's patron saint, Saint Andrew. Looking up, we admire the cathedral's stunning facade. This Roman Catholic cathedral, dedicated to Saint Andrew, was founded in the 9th century. Its striking exterior is a captivating blend of styles, as it was redecorated several times, overlaying Arab Norman, Gothic, Renaissance, Baroque elements, and finally a new 19th century Norman Arab Byzantine facade. To reach the entrance of the cathedral, you have to climb a monumental staircase of 62 steps. The high location of the Duomo originally served as a defensive measure, to shelter citizens against pirate raids and attacks from rival city-states. The grand staircase was added later, once the threats had diminished. The impressive bronze doors to the cathedral were cast in Constantinople before 1066, and signed by Simeon of Syria. They are the earliest in Italy of post-Roman manufacture. Turning to the left, we walk under the grand portico, featuring intricate, interlaced arches, a signature feature of Moorish design. The portico showcases the building's unique Arab Norman style. At the end, you reach the current entrance to the facility. In addition to the cathedral, you can see the Cloisters of Paradise, the Basilica of the Crucifix, the Diocesan Museum, and the Crypt. To access all of the sites, the entrance fee is €3. Just past the entrance door, you will find yourself in a small, intimate courtyard. It is a cozy outdoor area, a peaceful transition between the grand facade of the cathedral and the imposing bell tower. The bell tower is one of Amalfi's most prominent landmarks. Its height and distinctive design make it a focal point in the town's skyline, visible from various vantage points both within the town and from the sea. Right next to the courtyard, we find the beautiful Cloisters of Paradise. As we enter the cloister, you'll immediately notice its stunning architecture. Built between 1266 and 1268, it was originally established as a cemetery for the noble and illustrious citizens of Amalfi. As such, along the walls, you will find various sarcophagi on display. Surrounding the cloister are several notable works of art. Among these is the remains of a Byzantine-era pulpit from the Duomo, dating from 1174 to 1202, which features inlaid mosaics, characteristic of the Cosmatesque school. In addition, there are a few sections of glass floors, providing visitors with a unique perspective of the cloister's underlying catacombs and archaeological features. The marble fragments with mosaic decorations of the ancient pulpits of the cathedral were commissioned by Archbishop Dionisio and made by artists active in Amalfi itself. Continuing around the galleries of the cloisters, you will find a number of chapels with frescoes, most of them from the 14th century, which used to decorate the now demolished church, and which were moved here to be protected from the weather. This one, the Chapel of St. Andrew, also has a transparent floor. The Cloister of Paradise offers a unique blend of architectural beauty, artistic treasures, and religious reverence. Looking towards the courtyard, its Moorish-inspired design, with its slender arches and delicate details, creates a sense of tranquility and contemplation. At the same time, we find chapels such as this Chapel of the Saviour. It is the only chapel that preserves a good part of the original unified pictorial layout, although some figures are headless and the state of conservation is very fragmentary. The final chapel we encounter is the Chapel of the Crucifixion. The chapel takes its name from the fresco depicting the crucifixion, which entirely covers the wall on the left. The work has been unanimously attributed to Roberto de Derezio, an artist trained in the Neapolitan Gothic environment. As we walk down the final hall of the cloister, we cannot help but be impressed by the 120 marble columns supporting the series of tall and graceful Arabic arches. At the end we find another chest sarcophagus, with erotes holding a garland on each side, symbol of the victory of life over death. Next, we head down to the Diocesan Museum of Amalfi, an esteemed art museum situated within the Basilica of the Crucifix of Amalfi. The museum proudly showcases a collection of treasures, belonging to the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Amalfi Cava di Tirrenia. The museum was actually established in 1996. It houses an exceptional collection of silverware, vestments, crosses, shrines, sculptures, and paintings from various periods and origins, all part of the cathedral's treasury. Exhibits also include capitals, bas-reliefs, inscriptions, and frescoes that adorned the ancient basilica. Originally dedicated to the Assumption, and later to Saints Cosmas and Damian, the basilica gets its name from a crucifix once housed on its altar. Construction likely commenced in 987 under Duke Manso III. The basilica underwent significant expansions and alterations over time, including the construction of the Cloister of the Paradise in the late 13th century, which necessitated the demolition of the left aisle. From the Basilica Museum, we can head down a flight of steps to reach the Crypt of St. Andrew. Located beneath the Amalfi Cathedral, the crypt is a revered and historically significant site. It houses the relics of St. Andrew the Apostle, the patron saint of Amalfi. The crypt is a place of pilgrimage and veneration for Catholics, who come to pay their respects to St. Andrew and seek his intercession. It was built in the early 13th century, specifically to house St. Andrew's relics, which were brought to Amalfi from Constantinople, in 1206 during the Fourth Crusade, by Cardinal Peter of Capua. The crypt is a vast and richly decorated space, with marble inlay work, stone columns, arches, and vaulted ceilings. It is known for the manna, a liquid substance with miraculous properties that is said to seep from St. Andrew's tomb. The tomb itself is adorned with a large bronze statue of St. Andrew created by Michelangelo Nacherino, a pupil of Michelangelo. Like many crypts in medieval churches, Amalfi's crypt contains artistic treasures including religious mosaics, frescoes, and sculptures. We head up the stairs now, to explore the final stop on our tour, the cathedral itself. On the landing, we encounter a plaque dedicated to Angelus Rossini, who was Archbishop of Amalfi. The Amalfi Cathedral complex was originally two separate churches. The first church, now the Diocesan Museum, was built in the 9th century on the ruins of a previous temple. A second church was built to the south in the 10th century, and this is now the cathedral that we are walking up to. By the 12th century, the two churches formed a single six-aisle Romanesque church, which was reduced to 5 in the 13th century to allow the construction of the Paradise Cloister. This entrance to the cathedral is from one of the sides. As we walk to the center of the nave, we notice the cathedral's impressive size. We can also admire the blending of Romanesque, Byzantine, Gothic, and Baroque elements, a unique mix created by the renovations and additions over the centuries. Soaring columns and intricate arches draw our eyes upwards. The boxed ceiling dates to 1702, and its artwork includes the flagellation, the crucifixion of the Apostle, and the Delostas 1710 miracle of the manna. Along the side walls of the nave, there are 10 chapels containing 17th and 18th century paintings, along with marble and wooden sculptures from various periods. The main altar is adorned with a large 13th century wooden crucifix, and although we could not see it, behind the red tapestry is a painting of the martyrdom of St. Andrew. The painting is a work by Andrea Dell'Asta, and if you are able to view it, it portrays the moment when St. Andrew is being crucified on an X-shaped cross. There are also 2 magnificent Egyptian granite columns supporting the triumphal arch. These columns, along with 2 twisted columns and 2 pulpits nearby, are remnants of the original 12th century ambo, or raised pulpit. And with that, we will conclude our tour of this amazing UNESCO World Heritage Site. We hope you have enjoyed this virtual tour. Please like, follow, and subscribe.